What's up everybody? Chef Glenn B and I'm back in the kitchen, and today I'm working on an Australian Wagyu Ribeye. I'm also going to make a wedge salad with a fresh blue cheese dressing, and as always the intent is to get the perfect pairing. Let's go. Alright, in making this ribeye and wedge salad there are a number of things that I need to do, a number of little things. First thing I need to do is make a compound butter so that I can put it on top of my steak when it's done. I'm using Kerrygold Irish butter. I'm using this butter because the fat content in this butter is higher than the average butter. You'll notice the color is going to be a really bright, vibrant yellow, and you can actually really tell by the mouthfeel and the way the butter tastes. I'm also going to use some chives. I've got some lemon, a little salt and pepper, and I'm going to roll it up in a log so that I can cut it up on top of my steak. So I'm going to start with my butter. I'm going to use half of this. So I'm mixing my butter with a wooden spoon here, just to kind of soften it up. I've got some chives. All right, so I've got my chives chopped up and I'm gonna add that to my butter. I've got some fresh cracked black pepper. A little bit of salt. All right, so I got it all mixed together. Got a sheet of parchment paper here. And I'm just going to dump this out on the parchment paper. I'm going to roll this up. And I'm gonna just sit this in the refrigerator and allow this to chill so that when I'm ready, I can actually cut it into little coins and drop it on top of the steak. Okay, so I'm ready to make my blue cheese dressing. First thing I'm gonna start with is my blue cheese. I've got some Point Reyes original blue cheese here. I'm just gonna crack this open. And I'm gonna take some of it, about that much, crumble it up. A little bit more. So I've got some mayo and sour cream. I'm going to add equal amounts of each of these. Got my mayo. And I'm going to add my buttermilk. I'm going to get all of that mixed up. I'm going to whisk it eventually, but I want to get it a little bit more incorporated before I actually put a whisk in there. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna squeeze some lemon juice in here. Give it a whisk. It's nice and creamy. I'm gonna add some fresh cracked black pepper, some kosher salt, and I'm gonna just sit this in the refrigerator and allow it to chill while I prepare the rest of the stuff for my salad and steak. So the next thing I need to do is I need to concasse my tomatoes. Let me explain what that means. So I've got these tomatoes, and what I wanna do is I wanna get the skin off of these tomatoes, and I wanna get all of the seeds out of the tomatoes, and then I'm gonna chop them up. And that's basically what a concasse is. Skinned, seeded, and diced, okay? So in order to do that, I've got some water here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just cut the core out of the tomato. And then I'm gonna cut a little split. And do that for each one of these. Okay, so I'm gonna take these tomatoes and I'm gonna drop them in this hot water. That hot water is gonna peel away the skin. All right, so I'm gonna take my tomatoes out, drop them in this ice water bath here. Immediately stop the cooking. So I'm gonna pull my tomatoes out of the water. So I'm gonna start by pulling the skin off of the tomatoes. See how easy that comes off? Okay, so I've got the skin off of the tomatoes. I'm gonna get the seeds out of them. I'm just gonna cut them into quarters. And I'll just run my fingers under there and pull out that seed. And got a nice clean tomato, or a tomato fillet actually. All right, so I want to get my tomatoes diced up. All right, so the next thing I need to do is get my bacon cooked up. And this is just a straightforward process. You want to cook your bacon until it's nice and brown, pull it out, and we're going to chop it up, and we're going to put this on top of our wedge salad. All right, so we got the star of the show. We got our Australian Wagyu Ribeye. This is a 30-ounce steak. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reverse sear this. I'm gonna put it in the oven. I've got the oven preheated to 225 degrees. I'm gonna bring this steak up to about 95 degrees or so internal temperature, just shy of where I ultimately want it to be, which is about 130 to 135 degrees. I'm gonna pull it out of the oven and I'm gonna sear it in a really hot cast iron pan until it's the desired temperature, until it's 130 to 135 degrees, right in the medium rare range. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna salt it. So as I said, the oven's 225 degrees. I'm gonna stick this in the oven and I've got a digital read thermometer that I'm gonna check this in about 10 minutes or so to see where it is, but I don't want this to go beyond 95 degrees. I'm gonna pull it out and finish it in the cast iron pan. Okay, so I got my steak in the oven and let's talk about the wine a little bit. I'm pairing it with a 2019 Force Majeure Cabernet Sauvignon Walla Walla Valley. Force Majeure is one of the premier wineries in Washington. They produce estate-grown, single vineyard Bordeaux and Rhone-inspired wines. Todd Alexander is the winemaker. He previously was the winemaker at Bryant Family Vineyards. Force Majeure produces some fantastic wines. I've been drinking these for quite some time. So again, I'm pairing my steak with the 2019 Force Majeure Cabernet Sauvignon Walla Walla Valley. The grapes for this wine are grown on the Oregon side of the border, but within the Walla Walla AVA. And it consists of 95% Cabernet Sauvignon and 5% Merlot. Let's give the wine a taste and see what we're working with here. First of all, beautiful nose on this wine. I'm getting, I want to say butterscotch candy. I'm also getting a little cedar, little cigar box. Let's give it a taste. Medium body. Dark fruit. Very nice Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a beautiful wine. I think it's going to pair very well with the steak. All right. So my steak is where I want it to be, about 95 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and tint this with some aluminum foil, loosely tint it. So I'm gonna allow this to rest for about 15 minutes or so, and then we're gonna get it seared. I'm gonna start with some canola oil. Got some butter. I've got my steak. All right, everything's ready to go. We're gonna start with the salad. I'm gonna go ahead and put my bacon on there. My tomatoes. Got some crumbled blue cheese. And I've got some chives. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and slice my steak. That looks fantastic. Oh yeah. All right, so the steak and salad's done. I'm ready to try the pairing. So we've tasted the wine. We've already determined that it's fantastic, right? Let's try the steak. So this is an Australian Wagyu Ribeye. And we've got our compound butter. Spread it out a little bit. That looks really good. Let's see. Whoa. That's like magic. So I want to make sure that my butter is not deceiving me. So I'm going to make sure I have a little piece with nothing on it, because this is amazing. Oh yeah. Wow. This is not grocery store ribeye. This is amazing. The fat content, it's so juicy, so succulent. Let's see if it pairs with the wine. Well, I know it does, it just has to. It's too good. That is fantastic. Let's try the salad. That dressing. That pairs as well. Tricky with the buttermilk and the blue cheese and everything going on in the salad is a tricky pairing, but it works. I have to double check. I just got to be sure. I'm not sure if I was sure. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for watching my video today. For those of you that have already subscribed and are watching the videos, I appreciate it. If you're new, go ahead and take this opportunity to subscribe to the channel. I regularly drop videos where I share my favorite recipes and I pair them with wines. And as always, the intent is to get the perfect pairing. I'm Chef Glenn B, and as always, eat well.